another great day of soccer. This time at my home team, Union Omaha, for racing night. This allowed me to interview a real-world racer, Thomas Nordquist, who also happens to be an iRacer, and give us some insight on how the two compare and what crosses over for him. So, thanks to Union Omaha for allowing me to come out and have access to the whole stadium, and also for Thomas allowing me to interview him and give this type of video a try. But I hope you enjoy it. It was a fun night for us, and thanks for watching.
I'm Thomas Nordquist. I race in USF 2000 and the USF Pro Championships.
How long have you been racing, and what came first? Was it sim racing or real racing?
I've been racing, this will be my third season now. Been racing since I was 18, so really late start compared to some of the other racers. Kind of came out around the same time, sim racing and real racing. Once I did a couple of test days with Skip Barber Racing School, I immediately went out, got a sim, and started grinding on that.
What kind of sim equipment do you have?
Mainly track racer with a couple Fanatec pieces thrown in here and there, and then the Huizenveld pedals.
So the big thing that everyone wants to know is, how does it cross over? How does it compare? You know, what feelings are you missing? What do you gain out of practicing?
So obviously, unless you're dropping 6 figures on high-end sim, you're not really getting the G-force feel and getting the actual side-to-side feeling of the real car. But you get the track references, you get the little bumps that are in some of the tracks that you might use for turn-in or braking, stuff like that. Goes pretty well hand in hand. Just being able to throw in thousands of laps a week on the sim, really translates well compared to trying to, go get track days and spending a bunch of money on tires and fuel and track fees and all that.
So your car, the USF 2000, would you say it's represented in iRacing really well? Is there a few things that are off that you have noticed?
It's a little bit outdated, but it's still a great tool. The one in iRacing is a little bit more of a looser feeling, to where you really got to get good with the car control to, put in some fast laps. I'm honestly a huge fan of it because it does kind of make you think of more than just, turn here, get to the apex there, stuff like that. It really makes you focus on controlling the car and getting the slip angle of the tires and all that.
Rain racing. This is one that everyone's always like, oh, doesn't have enough grip at all in iRacing, or it couldn't be this way in all. What have you experienced in real life compared to what it is in iRacing?
In real life, in the rain, it's honestly, it's the same. It's a 50-50 shot. You go into the turns and you could do that same turn last lap and it'll be the same consistency of rain and it'll feel like a completely different track. It's just constantly evolving, and that's what makes the best rain racers. Is you got to be able to adapt every lap, every corner, and you can never really settle into a comfy feel. You just always got to be on your toes and always looking for the best route through all the rain and puddles.
So you were just at Mid-Ohio, and iRacing is a bit out of date. Do you find that an old scan like what they have does it give you the same experience on learning a track compared to like the Indy road course, which is fairly new scan? Do you miss out on stuff that you wouldn't normally on a newer scan?
A little bit here and there. Nothing crazy that you're really missing out on. You're still getting the same feel, the same turns and everything. There's a couple tracks. Road America is a big one, like turn 1. In real life, we pretty much just send it over the exit curbing all the way out because it's all paved out there. I know in iRacing it's just a smaller exit curbing, so it's little things here and there that kind of hinder you a little bit, but you get pretty decent feel for all the tracks, no matter how outdated or updated they are.
Do the rest of the grid use iRacing? Have you spoke to them about their simulation use?
Pretty much everyone uses iRacing or a extremely modded version of Assetto Corsa. pretty much set up for all the tracks and everything. A lot of us have different iRacing leagues that usually is at least 4 to 10 drivers on your actual grid that will be in there with you, which gives you a better feel for the grid, and you can kind of compare yourself to them and see how you're doing.
We were talking earlier that you were planning on doing some streaming of like prep work and stuff like that. Do you ever plan on streaming some of these private races that you guys do?
Yeah, I have a couple that are kind of more relaxed, like weekend sim leagues that I do a lot with like my friends in Omaha and Kansas City and around the Midwest. So those ones, and then just like any of my practices, maybe like 3 to 4 times a week. My YouTube is Nordquist Racing, or Thomas Nordquist. TikTok's Nordquist Racing as well, and Instagram is Thomas Nordquist 93.
Can you rely on anything that iRacing does with setup changes, or is it kind of, it doesn't translate to racing in real life?
Some of it doesn't translate. Obviously the exact numbers and everything aren't going to translate exactly. But I mean, you get the feel for the setup changes, like the more basic stuff. You want more downforce, you add more wing. If you want less downforce, take out wing, ride height, fuel, stuff like that. Translates pretty well, but once you kind of get really into the advanced stuff, like cambers and dampers, all that stuff, it doesn't really help as much.
Competing in iRacing, you in the official races, do you feel like you have to drive it differently to keep up compared to what you do in real life? Is there a gap between what you can get away with in sim versus what you do in real life?
I feel like you can almost get away with more in real life. Like you get like a little bit of, obviously, like rough housing in the actual races. It's bumper to bumper. You're going wheel to wheel, just fighting for every inch of the track. iRacing kind of has a bit of a stricter thing where, if you bump someone, you obviously get some incident points and stuff. But to race differently, I'd say you race fairly the same. Like you're obviously pushing for every lap on the sim and in real life. I've had some races where obviously if you're doing 12-hour or 24-hour race with friends, you're not wanting to go all out every single lap. You kind of got to play the smart move and save tires, save fuel, and bring the car home.
All right, and any sponsors you want to talk about?
Yeah, so the main one is X-Cancer. They do a lot of research for cancer care, mainly prostate cancer, but they've come up with a couple websites, theranostictrials.org, that helps patients, physicians, and anyone willing to invest in cancer care, a place to learn all about theranostic trials. Another one is Prostate Cancer Foundation. They have been great to me. They're huge sponsors. Union Omaha, obviously. They've been fantastic. I love coming out to their games. Fluff and Duff golf apparel. Yeah.
All right, thanks for your time.
Yeah, thank you.